can hear me, Mitch Onyx got a big ass head.
Motherfucker.
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
That are in those training rooms with him know how good.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're at edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Thursday, January 6, 2022. Got a big show planned for tonight. Oh, there we go. as we have owner of AWR Asylum Wrestling Revolution, Gary Emmitt, joining us tonight. How you doing, brother?
Oh, my bad. I have my night job on real fast. Let me take that off real quick. What's going on, guys?
Oh, I'm doing good. Been looking forward to this conversation. I've heard a lot about AWR. I can't wait to get down there and check it out.
Well, hey man, I told you last time became a viewer of your lives. Last time I seen you on here, I told you, hey man, I got 2 tickets for you and your co-host, or how many you need. You just let me know. Come down February 19th and check us out. We got a new blood tournament happening.
I can't come on the 19th, unfortunately, because we're gonna be streaming live at a show here in town that night.
Oh, we gonna have to get you on the next one. I mean,
yeah.
Since you know I'm on your stream, I'll be nice and just go ahead and tell you maybe you need to mark down March 19th.
Okay.
That might be a good day, you know, for an AWR show.
March 19th.
Yeah. March 19th, Indianapolis, Indiana. I can't let go of the new venue yet. Everybody keeps asking me about this new venue we got, but
changing.
You know, the details about to be released very soon.
Oh, changing venues.
Yeah. When we first started, we hopped around, did the whole renting venues, and you know, trying to find a good spot for us. And then finally, you know, my partner, who really don't like to be named, hi Josh, but he's a big part of the Emerson Theater, and he got involved in there, and we moved into there, and we whooped ass there for a while, all through COVID and everything. And then I just feel like we've outgrown it as AWR, and as you know, my partner himself. We just wanted to grow the business, and the best thing of it would be to move to greener pastures.
Now, was you a wrestler and then became a promoter, or were you just a fan and then end up jumping over, came on the other side?
I get hell for it a lot because I jumped the barricades. That's why most of my shows don't have guardrails. You know, I jumped the guardrail myself, and my partner came to me, and he wanted to venture into something different. He was tired of doing the same old thing over and over, you know, concerts and stuff like that. He said, "What can we do unique?" And I've been a mark since I was in the belly. I plain and simple. I told him, I said, "Man, let's do wrestling." He's like, "Man, I ain't got millions of dollars." I said, "Bro, you ain't never heard of independent wrestling?" And he, you know, it caught him. He was like, "What?" And then it's like seeing a little kid's brain blown. You know, he started checking out shit. And I swear for the first 2-3 months, I got millions of messages asking me who this dude was or who this person was or if I seen this. I was like, yeah, I seen it.
He became a fan real quick.
Yeah, he became a fan of independent wrestling, you know, real fast. He's seen other shows, you know, like WCWO and stuff like that, but he was never deep into it. And he was a big WWE fan, WWF fan, ECW fan. Now I think I stole him because now, you know, he talks to me more now about independent wrestling than he does about anything else. So.
I watch more independent wrestling now than I watch anything else.
I'd have to put independent wrestling up there with porn probably, but
yeah, I guess that could be true too. So, what's the hardest part about getting in the wrestling business as a promoter? Is it finding the building or
all of it? Like learning is the hardest thing. To jump into this, I think it was harder for me myself, you know, personally, the people that aren't in the business to get into the business. You know, if you come from a wrestler, you already garner a certain level of respect from the people you worked around. If you were already a referee, if you was already into the business in a different position, and then you wanted to become a promoter, I think it'd be easier because you have a knowledge of the business. You know everything on the backside of the curtain. You know, coming into this, my first show, I didn't know. I sat down and, you know, sat at the booking table, runs CCW. I don't know, he's really Circle City Wrestling. He sat down and he educated me, and then luckily I, surrounded myself with very smart men, like Donnie Tsunami. I had, let's see, who else did we have around us? I had Joey Owens was around us for a while. He still helps to this day, give me advice and stuff like that. Yeah. A lot of these guys didn't have to, open that door to me, but they really did, and they showed me a different part of it. Because when I came in, there was a certain guy that told me the wrestlers wouldn't accept me. They'd treat me like a mark. They would, they wouldn't respect my vision of AWR and what I wanted to do because I was just a mark. It's been the complete opposite, to be honest. I don't know if it's just the way I carry myself or something, but I've got nothing but respect, nothing but love from 9/10 of the workers I've had in AWR.
Yeah, and it's surprising how many people don't know that independent wrestling exists. To go back to that, but and also Joey Owens, we've worked with him some too. He's a great dude, and I was kind of same as you. I've always been a wrestling fan. Well, then we started doing this podcast stuff. Well, we got the opportunity to be able to go commentate and live stream a show, and like, all right, we done it once. Now we've done like 6 of them, and it's just. But all the people we've ran into have all been so far good people. Most places seem like a family atmosphere. But I've heard horror stories, so I'm sure there's bad people in every business. So
yes. I've ran into a couple of bad apples, and they're no longer around. We I learn every show. Me and my partner made that a motto between me and him. Learn every show. I don't care if I'm in here. I'd be happy for 5 years and leave. I'd be happy with what I've done, but I don't care if I'm here in 20, 30 years. I think if you learn every show, you adapt to what's going around you and you grow as a business.
Was making connections when you first got in, since you wasn't a wrestler, was that probably the hardest part, making connections to be able to bring really people in?
I mean, you get a lot of pull that curtain back, as they say. You get a lot of different prices when you're an unknown person and a respected booker. I've noticed that in a difference of 4 years. We're starting our fourth year this year, so in 4 years I've noticed a lot. It's gotten a lot easier. I think it's because we're getting seen and people respect what we're putting out, but that was the hard part. At first I was getting the craziest prices because everybody thought we were millionaires. There was rumors going around how we got our money and stuff, and it's like, no, look, we're all just trying to make $1 and do what we love. Yeah. If we can do that and everybody make it home safe, that's all we do this for.
I know you got from what I've seen so far of what you've released of your card for your next show, it's a pretty stacked card. That Youngblood tournament's going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, the New Blood tournament.
Or New Blood, I mean.
When New Blood started, you're good, man. I got a company called AWR. I get that mixed up so much with wrestlers shooting promos. Madman Pondo was on Chris Jericho stuff. He said ARW. Out of Indianapolis. I was like, bruh, it's AWR. But I've got used to it now. I just flow with it. But New Blood started off with us wanting to give, everybody comes to me for opportunities. I always want to give people opportunities. That's one of the suckiest things is being a booker, is knowing 80 to 100 wrestlers, but only having 14 and 15 spots. That is the hardest thing I feel personally in my mind state of doing a show. I want to book all 80 and 100 people. But I just don't have the time. Nobody wants to sit through a 2-day show.
Yeah. And you have wrestlers that say the same. Wrestlers on the wrestler side of it that we've had on here, it's that they have problems sometimes breaking into an organization because of that. You only have limited spots.
Yeah. So, my partner came to me and he was like, we've heard of tryout shows and how different organizations do those. And I was just like, look, I'm just going to put it out there. Hey, if you ever wanted to work for us, contact me. It's messed up, but everywhere you contact of AWR, you hit straight to me. I got a link to everything. I get to see everything that comes in. So I told them, we opened the floodgates. We're like, hey, you ever want to work with us? Come on. And that happened so fast and so much. I've turned down 20, 30, 40 people each time I do one. And so that's when New Blood has became like a new part of AWR. It's like a stepping stone to get to the craziness, the asylum, So we pretty much started doing that. And now we got to a point we feel like we need to find out who the best of the best is. And so far as you see, 10 names in, out of the 16 that I'm doing, 10 names in is a very hard tournament to defeat. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Now you said like you might have to turn away 20 or 30. Now, like them guys, do you try to maybe get them on a next show if you can, or?
Yeah, as most people that will speak, I mean, hopefully they'll speak good about me. I have some people that don't like me. That's whatever. But most of them will tell you. I tell them you're on my list. And actually, if you go on my phone in the memos, which is long ass thing, and like notepad. All us old computer users, the notepads, I got like 80 lists for different things that I have to remember and keep going. I have a list on there right now. I think it's at 62, 63, don't quote me on that, of names that I just did not have a spot for on the show that piqued my interest and that want to work with us. I get talked to every day with workers that I've never even met or never even used that want to work with us. So once there comes a spot open on a show, I immediately go to that list. And I see, who's on that list, who fits the bill, who fits the story, who fits the match, who fits our style. And I yank that name off real fast and I throw it in there and I hit them up.
I know everything I've heard about AWR or yourself has been good. Actually, the way I found out about you guys was from Hollywood House.
That's a good guy right there. I'll tell you right now.
He was on the show and we were got talking about death matches. And I told him, I said, man, I want to go to watch a death match live. I'm there, and he told me, he goes, well, you need to go to AWR, and that's how I found out about you guys, was from Hollywood House. But yeah, he's a good dude. He's helped us a lot.
Yeah, he is really good, dude. I'm telling you, he sticks with what he's doing. He's going places real fast. I've seen what he's done in the time he's been in, that I've been around, and his stock has done nothing but raised. He caught my attention. He actually had to fix me because I sent him a graphic, him and Sam Knight, and I put him in front of Sam Knight. He's like, no, man, put me behind Sam Knight. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Your mouth speaks.
Oh, yeah.
So he really garnered my attention. He's one of my favorite managers right now in the independent.
Yeah, he's, in my opinion, I of course haven't seen every manager in the independent, but he's the best one I've seen. I've got to see him 5 or 6 times now, and then he's came on the show a couple times. I've got to know him. He's pretty cool. So what's?
Yeah, he's a real good dude.
So what is your guys' goal with AWR? I mean, are you just keep growing and growing? I mean, are you going to be in this for the long haul?
I don't think I ain't got no reason to leave yet. Me and my partner says, there'll come a day when we get tired, or will come a day someone wants to buy it off of us, or there'll come a day where the finances just ain't there. That's your only 3 options in wrestling. I mean, to be honest, people know me. I shoot from how I feel. So there's only 3 reasons I'm leaving. If it's one, I get too big and someone wants to write me a check for it, and then I do it again when my non-compete ends up, my don't-compete clause ends up, and I make another one, we'll do it all over again. I get too broke or I get too rich. Those are the only reasons I leave.
Does AWR just do shows in Indianapolis?
Right, we've expanded out. Our last show we shot was a no-ring death match in Michigan, in Allen Park, Michigan. I've got a lot of interesting things on my plate for 2022. I mean, right now, a lot of things are in the work, but I'll tell you, Indianapolis is going to miss us a lot. If everything goes the way it is, we started Indianapolis. Indiana will always be my home. I'm from Hallville in Indianapolis. I say that stuff proud all the time. So, I'll always be number 1 in Indiana. But, hey, if offers come, I want to grow. I want to be worldwide.
And that's the only way you can grow. If you get offers to go other places, is to go and show them what you can do, and hopefully that leads to another opportunity. I mean, that's all.
I know the Michigan show. The Michigan show really led to a lot of different opportunities. We wanted to test that and grow and see if we were ready, because you don't want to grow too fast and then screw yourself. So we took a small shot on something. It worked out for our benefit, and thanks to our sponsors and everything, they made that stuff happen. But we seen there's a lot of interest for us outside of the Indianapolis market.
Now, is there a difference in like the fans in Michigan, say to like the fans here in Indiana?
I love the fans in Indianapolis. I mean, the Indianapolis fans is what made us. A lot of people say my fans are very vocal and very intuitive with what's going on. Like, if you can't get over with an AWR fan, you might need to just go somewhere else, because they will let you know from the time you walk out that curtain if they like you or not. And there ain't no, they don't, I don't know, they don't go for, they're not your typical mark. They go for cheap heat. They don't go for, oh, you're in Indianapolis, you're the dumbest. Just, our fans don't eat that. You really got to piss us off, or you really got to surprise us.
What about in Michigan? Are their fans pretty much the same way, or are they a little different?
They were a little different. I feel like, and it's what I've always heard, it was a Japanese type vibe. It was, they were quiet at first, and my announcer, Earl Liverpool Lip, he called him out. He said, "This is one of the quietest shows AWR has ever seen." Because most of the time you're very vocal, our fans are very, after that though, they turned into those fans. We had Indianapolis fans in Michigan. We have a fan that recently moved to Michigan. And when I told him I was coming, he was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna be there." And he was right there, loudest the whole show. I have to give it to my Indianapolis fans. Maybe another state can shut them up. I mean, I ain't met a fan base that is hot as an AWR, fan base that is in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I've been all the shows I've been to here in Indiana. There's most of them have pretty good fan bases. It's cool, and it shows that you're doing a good job that you had fans travel from Indianapolis or wherever in Indiana all the way up to Michigan, to watch and to support you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we are, like you said, and I think it's what happens with the family mentality and the independent company is because the fans are a part of that. Without all of us being hungry and trying to eat, and the fans helping us eat, and the fans appreciating us, and traveling with us, being as loud as they are, buying merch, doing all that stuff, it's a family atmosphere. And a lot of my fans know me. I talk to my fans a lot. I think that differentiates me from other promoters, because a lot of them like to, be the star or be, big wig. I'll talk to everybody because I'm still a fan myself, so I ain't gonna be acting any different. But that's really, the fans are everything. That's why we do what we do.
Oh yeah. Well, with us, like, we go to these shows, and now, like the show here in Muncie, we go to DCCW a lot, ran by the ladies' man Mike King. He's actually one that gave us our first opportunity to commentate and everything. But we've been there like four times now. But the fans, now we know the fans there. I mean, they come up and talk to us, ask how you doing and stuff. It's just like a big family. Now once the show starts, so they get rowdy. You know what I mean? It's fun. I had a lady start cussing at Hollywood House while he was sitting doing commentary with us at one of the Muncie shows.
Yeah, he's got that nuclear heat. He's got that Sean Waltman heat right there.
Well,
he can't really go too many places, and people really like him. They get on his ass. I've seen it.
He told that lady, he said, he goes, "You better go on before I knock out your last tooth." And I just busted out laughing right there as we're doing commentary.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him. He really knows how to handle a crowd. I'll tell you that much.
Since you were a big fan, who was some of your favorite guys when you were growing up?
Man, when I was growing up, see, that's a story, and I've told it before. My daddy didn't let me watch what all the kids watched when I was, that age. I had to watch the older stuff. I had to watch the Bruiser Brodies. I had to watch the original Ric Flairs when he was old, big old swole guy. I had to watch the
NWA days.
Yes, Smoky Mountain days. I had to watch that stuff. And then, I graduated. So as everybody else was getting to like the what is it? The fucking shit. I'm forgetting right now.
Attitude Era.
Too much fucking weed.
Attitude Era.
Everybody's getting to the Attitude Era. I was in the pre-Attitude Era. I was in the Coco Beware. So I hear everybody talking about Stone Cold, The Rock. I'm like, man, but what about Coco Beware? What about he got a bird on his shoulder, bro? I'm hype about other shit and I don't understand it. So then, I start cheating and, I might have got in trouble for it. But I start watching the new age stuff. So I've watched a long time, but overall favorites, The Undertaker, Mick Foley, Sick Nick Mondo. That's a real big influence on my deathmatch side of things. Independence, Drew Skills, Justin Kyle. I got so many. It stretches past, man. Once I seen stuff other than WWF and WWE and stuff like that, my mind start opening, and some of those favorites I got favorites now that I like more than most people like Bret Hart and stuff like that because it's opinionated. That's what I like.
Yeah, and see, I was kind of like you. I watched all that old stuff as well. My dad, he's like one of the biggest wrestling fans you'll find. He watches it every day of the week. He don't miss a show, and if he has to go to work, he'll record it. And so I remember watching Ric Flair back in NWA and all that stuff, all them territories, but Stone Cold was one of my favorites because I was when I was in high school and everything. It's actually one of the reasons that my son is named Austin.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see too many people that wasn't a Stone Cold. I was a Stone Cold fan, but me, truthfully, I was a Rock fan more than I was a Stone Cold fan.
Yeah, hey, Rock was so good he was just, not just on the mic, he was good in the ring too, but on the mic, man. But Stone Cold had it just because.
It won me a lot of brownie points because I could raise the eyebrow. When I found out I could raise the eyebrow, I do it today, to this day, man. Eyebrow just pops up real fast. I don't know. I was a bigger Rock fan than I was Stone Cold, but Stone Cold was that guy too.
Yeah, Stone Cold got over real big too because everybody wanted to be able to go punch their boss, tell them fuck you, drink a beer, and just go on and do what you're doing. You know what I mean? All the guys, if you work a job like that. Well, you cut out. What was that?
I said you ain't supposed to do that. Shit, I got taught wrong, man.
So you got So it sounds like you got a lot of stuff getting ready to happen in AWR in 2022 with a new building. Got this big show coming up on the 19th.
Yep. We've also announced that ADT3, our deathmatch tournament, we're getting that rolling again. We buzzing around the dates right now, but I ain't really wanting to release yet. But in the very near future, we will be releasing details to our third deathmatch tournament.
All right.
But we got a lot of stuff planned for AWR. I won't say Indiana as a whole, but for the world for AWR, because we get a lot of out of town viewers on our IWTV. You can still use the code AWR Life. It was still help us out. It might not get you a free subscription, but hey, it still help a promotion out if you use that code. But we got our YouTube for some ungodly reason has blown up recently. We had a video with Mickey Knuckles and Casanova Valentine at ADT2. That's at like 200,000 views out of nowhere. It just blew the fuck up. And all of a sudden now our YouTube is getting real hot. And so, I mean, we got a lot of things planned. I mean, as long as whatever this variant thing or this whatever new strain, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Whatever this is, don't fuck with me like it did the last time I tried ADT2 before we got it pulled off. As long as this COVID shit don't fuck with us, we got a lot of stuff planned for AWR in 2022.
Do you know where that deathmatch tournament's going to be at yet, or is that something you're not ready to release?
It'll most likely be at our new home, which we have not released yet.
I'll
gotta build it up a little.
Oh yeah, I'll be keeping an eye out for that. Definitely be keeping an eye out for that. I've been wanting to see a death match, go to one of them death matches live. I watched Moxley and that Gage use pizza cutters and shit on each other that night. I was like, damn.
Yeah, they did some alright stuff on that match, but I'm telling you, you ain't seen a death match till you come to AWR death match. We do stuff a little bit different.
I'm gonna try to be at that next one. Somebody said big things, fire.
Come on, man. My door's wide open to you.
Indie Views official said big things, fire ADT3.
Yeah, that's a photographer that works with AWR. He works with other promotions. He's one of the hot and up-and-coming photo guys. I mean, he's got some real nice shit that a lot of these big companies has used as like promo pictures and flyer pictures. And he's a real good, weapon creator too. I'll tell you that much. But he has a little inside track to, AWR. Yeah. He's seen a couple of my brainstormings, my ideas. The promoters don't run to him, trying to snatch him up real fast because, he know what side of the butter's breaded on. There's nothing but family over here. So, but yeah, I appreciate him, and he knows ADT3 is gonna be real fire if I can do what I want to do.
What's his name or his company name? Is it Indie?
Indie Views, INDIE Views. Yes, if you check him out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, he's got all those. I'm gonna leave his personal name to himself.
Yeah.
But if you check him out there, you can definitely get a hold of him. He does amazing work.
I think I've seen him at one of the shows we were at.
Yeah, he goes to a lot of the shows. So that's why I want to put it out there. Don't think that he's mine and only mine. Yeah. Hey, grab him up, pay him very top dollar. He deserves 3 hot dogs, 2 handshakes, and a back rub.
Yeah, I think he was at MPG.
I know he does a lot of Trainwreck. He's done Trainwreck. He's done IWA. He's done a lot of different companies. I've seen him in Tennessee. I've seen him in Michigan. He was in Michigan with us. I've seen him travel around a lot.
See, that's what I'm wanting to do eventually is grow this to where I'm covering independent wrestling, not just in Indiana. Start covering some more of the other states and getting to know more of the wrestlers.
Being that road warrior.
Oh yeah, we've been traveling all around Indiana the last few months, and we got a busy schedule. I think there's only one weekend right now in January that we're not going to be at the show. And that's just basically because my girlfriend said she's off that weekend, and I need not be at a show.
I'm married. There's a reason I took 2 months off. Let the fans know. I had to take some time from my family. I got 3 daughters and a wife.
Yeah, I got 1 son, and then my girlfriend has 2 daughters and a son, but they're all of them are grown except 1's 17. But everybody else is out of the house. So we're
I got a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
Oh, you still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
You had mentioned the COVID. Did that shut you guys down completely, or was you able to still do some shows? How did that work? I knew
no. That we ran every month except for two or three, I do believe. I'm not right off the top of my head. I actually have it in my memos. Every show, we ran majority. We followed all the COVID restrictions, did the temp checks, did the masks, did everything. We had a show get moved because the state of Indiana didn't want us doing a show, but they let somebody else do a show. It wasn't stopping them, so we had to move around a couple things. We had ADT too. We had to move back. We had to move a whole bunch of shit, but we still did shows. We still followed the restrictions. I'm happy to say we actually, I posted the other day, I do it every year, that says how many workers we've booked, because I like growth, overall. We started off at a certain, COVID times has been our most growing time since being a company. We struggled more our first year than we did during a pandemic.
Dang, you wouldn't think it'd be that way, but that's a good thing.
I think, and it's, I'm an ass, I don't know, whatever what somebody wants to call it, but other people, when they shut down, it left a hunger. It left, fans missing. You had people that wanted to follow the restrictions, but nothing was going on. We took the opportunity. We seen it as a chance that if we can follow what they put on us and still keep the lights on, then we're going to do it. And a lot of workers worked with us, and it benefited because it grew my, relationships with workers I would have never met. I had my blinders on, and because some workers wasn't working because of COVID, it opened the door for other workers to come in. And when it did, it helped us grow in different aspects.
Was you able to have fans at them shows?
Yes. That's why, the lowest, when they cut us down, I think it was 10 people. We ran one show where the max we could have was 50. We ran one. And then, they lowered it back down to like 10 people. We couldn't run. There was no possibility that I could, anybody could budget a show on 10 fans. Now I know there was other places doing the no fan thing. That wasn't I just didn't like it personally.
Yeah.
Me as a fan, not as a businessman. I just felt there's something missing. The crowd is always feeds the wrestlers. I feel like that makes the wrestlers go harder.
Oh, yeah.
You can go a certain level because of what you're going through, and you know what you're going to do. But with that fan behind you, it might lead you to go 10 times as hard, 20 times hard, maybe more. So I felt like we couldn't do a no crowd show. So all of our shows during the pandemic has had a crowd.
Yeah, because like even with the WWE and AEW and stuff, watching that without fans, it's totally different.
Yeah,
I mean, totally different.
I haven't watched WWE in like a couple of years. I've actually fell off of that. They lost me as a fan. My daughter actually, it might be because I'm daddy, but she tried to watch some WWE one night, and she's like, "Daddy, I'd rather watch G.W.R." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a difference being there and being a part of it, but just the crowd. I don't know. It's just missing the entertainment value to me. Yeah, it's just not what it is.
I watch NXT more than I do WWE. I really like it.
I watch independents.
Yep.
IWTV has been a very great thing. There's other providers out there that, offer great products, and I watch all that stuff too. I watch people's shows, so I love independent wrestling because it's like the Monday Night Wars. If you didn't like ECW, you watched WWE, WWF. You didn't like WWF, you switch. I feel like you got it better if you watch the independents because there's like 50 million of us out here. And you will find something what you like.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'll find something that you like. And honestly, I watch more independent wrestling now than I do anything since we started doing this because if I'm going to have a wrestler on, I want to know something about them. I want to see their work. And then, like, when I'm sitting, like my girlfriend, she works third shift. She just left to go to work here a few minutes ago. So I'll be sitting here tonight. I'll turn on independent wrestling and watch different matches and like matches that some of the wrestlers will tell me about. Hey, you need to go check this out. But yeah, independent wrestling.
You need to go ahead and go check that AWR category and just watch it. Just
Oh, I
that's
will.
your whole 2 weeks right there. Just watch the whole category.
Oh, I'm going to. I can't wait till I get to see it live, though. And that's what I love about independent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'd rather go to an independent show, pay the money to go to an independent show, than to go to one like the AEW, WWE, just because of the atmosphere. Independent, you're almost right there on it. It's just a totally different product.
Yeah, totally.
Have you got any crazy you got any like crazy fan stories where fans have flipped out or anything or?
I'm not really. Luckily, like the family atmosphere, people know when they come to our show, what lines to cross and what don't. There was a fan, we shoot from the hip. There was a fan at my tournament that was a little too fucked up for his own good. And, my commentary is my family. My commentary, we're two of my homeboys from before wrestling was a thing, except of being a fan. So that's my family. So they both live out of town. I brought them into town. Because, if I'm going to go live, I'm going to have my commentary team. So we brought him in. A certain fan, said something he shouldn't have said and made a reference to one of my friends that he shouldn't have said. And we had a nice conversation with him. And, it was, he apologized. Not really. Besides that, I've had more problems out of workers and promoters than I have fans.
What's the biggest problem you have with like other promoters? Is it trying to do like shows on the same day as you, or is it just?
Oh man, I could go on for a whole podcast for that. So we're just gonna keep it as simple as there's too many promoters that have Vince McMahon complexes, and they feel like they're the god of their city, their state, their area. They're like if they're running for how many ever years, and you come in, you have to get permission. You have to, I'm an independent business. I approach the independent contract, the worker. If they want to work a certain day for me, if they do, they come work that day. They have fun, get paid, go home. They go to your show, do whatever the fuck they want. That's other promoters. These guys are too fucking egotistical for me. Most of them. There's a lot of good ones out there. There is a lot. Let me speak. There is positive people out there, and I've worked with a few of them. But there is a lot of dickheads in this fucking business.
Yeah, I've met a few that's been dickheads, but for the most part, the ones everybody I've dealt with since we started doing this I've gotten lucky and dealt with good people. But
yeah,
I'm sure I'm going to run into somebody.
Yeah, if you're saying this business long enough, yeah, you have to. If not, I'm gonna start questioning where you're going. Because I know there's a couple assholes here in Indiana, and we ain't gonna pew pew too hard, but. I know you'll bump into one or two of them.
I've seen stuff happen, and I'm like, man, I'm not going to go there, go mess with that company because I don't want to be a part of that. But like I said, most the ones I went and worked for have been nothing but good to me.
That's good. Yeah, that means keep the people you're working with. Be iffy about the new ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because you never know. You can bring somebody in, and then
that's how I handled it. When I came into this, I wanted to work with everybody. I wanted us all. My mind state was if one of us win and fans see out of state fans see AWR is going up, they're going to go to Indiana Independent Wrestling. They're going to try to find out what other companies are there, and it's going to move themselves to watch you guys. A lot of my fans have watched. Other companies because the workers they met through me went to that show and they saw him advertised and they were like, hey, he worked at AWR. I'm gonna go to that show. We all win. Yeah. Now a lot of people don't feel the same way. They feel like they're the big dogs and you need to do this and you need to do that. So
there can only be one promotion in this city, And
Bro, there's more. I feel like there's more promotion.
I was here first, and you can't run it. You can't run here. I've seen some of that stuff.
You can't do that style. You can't do this worker. You can't do this kind of match. I can do whatever I want.
Hey, are you paying me? Are you paying me? Nope. So
yeah,
you ain't.
That's how I see it.
Hey, if you ain't paying me, I don't want to hear it. Cause you don't have nothing. You don't have nothing to do with my business.
Me, you ain't my wife. I ain't listening. The wife comes first before paying me, but
in no particular order there. Both of them are. Important.
There's an order. There's an order.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't want to be in the doghouse, there's an order. Especially with younger kids, man. Your kids probably love getting to go hang out with the wrestlers and get to watch it all the time and stuff. I bet you they have a blast.
Yeah, my 13-year-old I haven't because of the age of my other two. It's harder, Everybody that was around the first year of AWR, they met my wife. My wife hasn't been at a show since COVID started because we have children and we don't want to take that risk of the children getting sick and stuff. My 13-year-old has maybe went to one or two during COVID. Loves it. She's got the biggest AWR collection I've ever seen. She has every event flyer on her wall. Oh, she has pictures from wrestlers. She has videos saved to her phone of wrestlers that'll shoot little promos for her, and she loves it. I just try to pass it down to them. My other kids, I don't think they really get it. I mean, my 2-year-old seen the video of me smashing somebody with light tubes. And she's like, Daddy? She's kind of confused.
Like, wait a minute, what were you doing?
But you're on the TV. Why are you hitting that guy? So she don't understand it yet, but my 13-year-old loves it to death. My 13-year-old wants to be a wrestler. So it's a rough one, I'll tell you that much. To me, I try to keep it as kayfabe as hell with them. Because I don't want them to really see the other side of it, but then it feels like Santa Claus. Yeah. It's going to come that day. It's going to come that day when you find out everything I told you was a lie. I told you they really hated each other, and then they came over to the house and hung out. Here I'm like, wait a minute.
What the hell are you doing here?
I've had that issue. Drew Skills was my champion for like my first year. He taught me a lot. He deserved the belt, because he worked his ass off for us. And there was video of me and him talking shit and all this. And then he came over to my house. And my daughter's just like eyeballing him, like, hold on. You're a bad guy. Yeah, you
were talking shit about my dad.
And then, after that, and after that, it's like, oh, that's Drew. That's, she kind of, you can tell, but when she goes to that show, she's the first one to jump up in someone's face, cuss them out, talk shit. But she makes a mean deathmatch weapon, too. So
that's how my girlfriend's son, he never had really watched wrestling at all. And he's been going to all these independent shows with me. And he's a fan now. He'll be yelling at the wrestlers when they come out and stuff. I'll look up and I'll just start laughing like, you're hooked.
Right there, that hooks them. When they get involved and you see them cussing out the bad guy, you know they're done now.
Oh yeah, dude, he was yelling at Blake Money Wright, and Blake Wright turned around and started yelling back at him. I got to laughing so loud or so hard because he was just looking like, oh shit, I didn't think he was gonna talk back to me.
Yeah, but Blake Money Wright's a good superstar. He's actually one of the new blood entrants into the tournament. So
yeah, he's good.
He's a real good guy, man. He's coming up real fast.
He's been on the show once. He's supposed to be coming back on. He's a talented dude. Also, Dex Royal's real talented from over there too. I saw he's going to be in that tournament as well.
Me and Dex is actually from the same neighborhood, different generations, but the same neighborhood.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Dex hasn't been on the show yet, but we've talked to him a lot at the shows and stuff. He's pretty cool. But
he's got a lot of potential in him. Yep. I see a lot in Dex. Dex could be a superstar. I mean, I seen he got a little trial with the big leagues, and I I'm surprised that boy ain't got a 6-figure, 7-figure contract yet, because I feel like he has that IT. He has it. You know, he could go off and be that entertainer.
Yeah, I think from what I've heard, I think he's getting ready to go back for another tryout thing.
Hey, hopefully he gets it.
Either,
hopefully they wait till after February 19th and let me get my hands on him a little bit. But you know, sorry, Dex, you can't leave till after February 19th.
Will that be his AWR debut?
No, he actually had one. He came to a show. You know, I always say the behind the curtain. Came to a show and brought attention to himself, and because of that, he got put on the show. And he impressed me. I mean, he's in the tournament for the New Blood on his second run. So, you know, a lot of these guys that are in this New Blood tournament has been the 3-4 shows and maybe 1 or 2 main shows that I felt was like the best. But, you know, they're coming up. The crowd needs to know that they are the next ones to take over where the big dogs leave off.
Yeah, you mentioned Drew Skills. He's going to be. He's actually going to be on the show. And then in February, we're doing a show at Thunder Blunder 2. And we're commentating that live. And Drew Skills and Apollo Star are both going to do some commentating with us at that show. So I'm looking forward to that.
Tell Drew for the nice, kind words. He's got to hit my PayPal later. He'll know what you mean when you tell him that too.
All right, yeah. I will when I talk to him. Yeah, he's supposed to be coming on. Apollo Star is going to come on the show. We got some. We got some. A lot of pretty good big name guys here in Indiana that's getting ready to come on. I'm looking forward to it.
We definitely. If I can help, I'll try to get you some names in there, man. We gotta get you seen out here because you do a really great job at what you do.
I appreciate that, brother. When I first started this, reason I started this, I was a plumber, and then I'm having nerve and muscle issues, so I haven't worked for almost 2 years. I was sitting at home watching sports, and going to fucking 20,000 doctor's appointments and shit. They still haven't figured out what's causing my problems. But anyway, I was like, man, I need something to do, and I'd always had talked about starting a podcast or something. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I got the time. I'm home all day. And then that was about 7 months ago. And from where we were to now, I think we're going in the right direction. And
yeah, I've seen a little bit of the growth when I've tuned in, and now you got me watching you for sports bets info. I'll be trying to watch your shit, trying to make me some money real quick. I ain't hit yet. Because I'll be picky when I see your bets. I'm like, man, but I don't really want to bet against this thing. Yeah, fuck myself, man. It's like, man, should have fucking listened to it.
Yeah, that's starting to grow. And then I've been on in the mornings, I've been on another sports network. And I think that's helping just because it gets our name out there to people that's never seen me before. And that's all like talking sports. And they actually have a wrestling show that network does. I'm going to be appearing on it some, I think, here in the future. But we're starting our new wrestling podcast also on Sunday.
Let me know.
Oh yeah. Well, is there anything that you want to plug or anything?
You can go to Teespring and the Asylum and find some merch on there. You can go to IWTV's shop, find their merch on there. Go to IWTV. If you ain't a subscriber, use the AWR Life code that supports the promotion. Check us out. That's one of the best things there is right now for anybody sitting at home not doing shit is IWTV.
Oh yeah, I definitely recommend IWTV.
Definitely. You can go to Twitter. Check us at AWR Life, same thing. You can go to YouTube, Asylum Wrestling Revolution, Facebook, Asylum Wrestling Revolution, Instagram, we're on there. I think my media guy made a TikTok. We got a TikTok. We got all the social media gimmicks. I mean, we got February 19th, the New Blood tournament. I'll probably be releasing the 10th name tomorrow. We're going to be debuting the new championship there. We got merch. We got the G.W.R. Goonie masks, as people call them. We got the 19th, as you heard tonight on here. We got a show coming back at our new home. We won't release too much of that yet. We still want to promote the February show a little bit, but we got a lot of things going, man. Check out my commentary member on Twitch, Neon Navajo. I'll plug him real fast. Check him out. Other than that, that's probably all I got to plug.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate you joining me tonight, man. I think this was a great conversation. I'm looking forward to
Anytime,
checking
man.
AWR out. I'm gonna get on that. YouTube page here.
Check us out. I will tell you. Tomorrow at 7. I think it's 7 o'clock or 8. It's 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we're releasing Justin Kyle versus Neil Diamond Cutter in a dog collar match for the AWR Championship. We're releasing that for free on YouTube. So, you can jump on there. We've been releasing matches left and right for free. We released Josh Crane and Eric Dillinger in what's been said one of the bloodiest Taipei death matches ever. We released Aiden Blackheart versus Remington War versus Chet Ripley. Aiden Blackheart actually took a dab of human blood on that show. That's an interesting fact for that one. First time I've ever seen that done in a wrestling show. Someone can prove that wrong, then prove me wrong. But we released Mickey Knuckles versus Akira in a Pools of Fuckery match. And that was one of the most craziest 30 minutes I've ever seen in wrestling. I'll tell you to go check that out, man. We've got a lot of matches we're dropping on YouTube in the next week, 2 weeks.
Is that last match you mentioned? Is that the one that got 300,000 views?
Yes, it is. They fought all around East 10th Street where our venue is. So yeah, you go check that match out. I swear that is one of the best death matches we've had, in Indiana. I won't even say in AWR, in Indiana in a long time. They actually proved there's a wrestling art form into death matches with that match. That match was the craziest fucking 30 minutes I've seen in a very long fucking time. So I'll tell you that. Definitely check that one out.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. Indie Views just said best match of AWR, Mickey versus Akira.
I mean, that tells right there. I mean, I will tell you the best match we just had in 2021 that won the award for the best match was the ADT2 finals. My understanding, it was the first time no canvas, all glass on the canvas death match. It was shit tons of glass too. It was Del Patrick versus Mickey Knuckles versus Remington Roar versus Akira. And that was another match that was crazy. And actually, Indie Views helped me come up with that idea.
Is that match on YouTube as well?
No, that's on IWTV.
IWTV.
Go there, or you can go to Smart. Yeah, or you can go to Smart Mark and buy the Blu-ray, get both days. I mean, it's a good deal.
Hey, you mentioned your merch store. Can you get the WWO shirts at the merch store?
No, you cannot. Those are special made, man. I gotta talk to the creator of WWO shirts and my partner in WWO. We gotta figure out when we're gonna release those, man, because I've been bugged by a lot of people about that shirt, and until I get the two people involved in it and make sure we all get our share fair, part of that, I don't think we can release it yet. But yeah, it's coming. I'll tell you that much. It's coming. Yeah. I know you can go to Facebook, and there's a guy on there named Joseph Collins. He's a pretty light-skinned dude with braids. Go check him out and bug the hell out of him. He is the creator. Him and his wife is the maker of the WWO shirts. If you can bribe him into making you one and sending it to you, hey man, there you go, you got it. You know the plug. That stays between me and you though. Don't tell nobody else.
All right, man. I appreciate you joining us. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, brother. It's I'm here for whatever you want to know.
You were cutting out.
I said I'm here for anything you want to know, man.
All right, yeah, I definitely would like to have you back on the show again. Maybe I'm hoping next time the other two guys or my other two co-hosts will be able to make it. One of them's sick, and then the other one his car broke down, so he couldn't make it tonight. But they'll be here next time.
Hey, let's do it, man. We can do a part 2. We can shoot some shit. I can piss off the wrestling industry by talking shit about somebody or talking shit about wrestlers that get too drunk and try to fight other people and a whole bunch of shit. We got stories for days.
Hey man, I really appreciate you watching our stuff and helping get our name out there as well.
Anytime, brother. That's what we're supposed to do. Support each other. We all grow together. We all make money. We all have fun doing what we love.
Yep. I agree with that 100%. But thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you next time.